Okay, good morning, everyone. If you're here in the States and if you're over in the European area, such as Patrick, our co host, and Reinhard and his son, then we would say good afternoon. Welcome to Solar Sailing. This is episode 18. 18. Just let that sink in, fellas. We have been doing this for a minute now. And we are here to talk about nothing more than solar canopies and arches. And we invited Reinhard back because his boat, I got to be honest with you, is the most beautiful thing that I have ever seen that is not like a silent yacht put out there. Just my goodness, I can't wait to dive into it. No offense to Sailing Electras. Patrick, his is quite an inspiration, but that ugly mast, I just can't get over it. I know some folks really love sailing structures. That's great. I support it. I just don't want it. And then we've also got Aaron with Extraordinary Horizons.
Guys.
Your boat is coming along, brother. Looking good. I want to invite everyone to review our disclaimer as we get going. Our disclaimer is basically a whole bunch of legalese that says we are doing this at our own risk and we advise you to consult professionals if you don't feel like you can embrace that for yourself. We are just sharing our own DIY experiences and hope that that inspires you. But what we are not doing is giving you professional advice and warranting that or guaranteeing that in any way, shape, or form. And neither are our co hosts or special guests. So, without any further ado, I am Jason with Soul Seeker. Our boat is a 37-foot Prout Snow Goose from 1986. And we took that hideous thing called a mast off and said, you know what? I don't want to deal with any of that pain. I just want solar panels and I want to go slow. And I want to just enjoy a total change in what Jimmy Buffett said, my geography. And so my wife and I have really needed that. We endured personal tragedy, which I won't be sharing here today, but that's really motivated us to desire something radically different. And that led us down this path, and it has unlocked and revealed an entire world of humans who have done the same that I didn't even know existed. And they're all so welcoming and kind and willing to share their own experiences and expertise. And so it's been so refreshing. Let's jump over to Aaron. Aaron, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about your boat, and then we'll dive in.
Hey guys, Aaron from Extraordinary Horizons. We have a 65-foot, one of a kind powered catamaran. We're in the process of a renovation refit, a major renovation refit. We're almost done. We're looking for freedom, kind of like Jason, same thing. Like I think most of us are doing that. Looking for freedom, looking for something different and unique. And you can find that definitely in cruising.
It's awesome. Patrick, tell us a little bit about Electra and your own
Yeah.
adventures.
So Electra used to be a diesel boat, twin diesel Cadillac from 1976. And I thought it'd be cool to turn it into electric because I bought it with two C's diesel engines. I didn't know how well the electrics would work, and that's why I've kept the mast, because I thought, okay, maybe I'll be going in and out of the harbors on electric power and sailing everywhere else. It turns out my mast is purely decorative, and I motor everywhere nowadays. So that's what I tend to do. Works incredibly well. I wish somebody had told me how well it would have worked, but there wasn't anyone who could do that, because then I wouldn't have had a mast, and I would have had about maybe another 6 or 7 panels. Good to meet you all.
Excellent. Reinhard, introduce your son to us and tell us a little bit about your boat and what your experiences have been.
My boat it's designed from Richard Woods. The original type name was Mira 35. It was an open deck catamaran from 1988. In I think the first owner puts a saloon on the boat, and I 2022 converted to a solar catamaran. I moved the old saloon, put a new saloon, makes the cockpit much more bigger, and refit it all and put a lot of solar panels on it. Even electric engines and so on. Now in July, 25 of July, we go down, and in the lands I was on tour with this boat in Croatia. Very good. I was surprised how good it works, because the batteries was the most times completely full, and I can go 50 sea miles per day with about 5. So I'm proud it works. I'm happy that it works so fine. And my son Dustin helps me a lot to build this. It's again in Italy where we fitted it for 3 years, and now we make some work over the winter, and the next spring we water again, and then we will stay longer in the water. That's the plan for the future.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, I want to welcome everyone to our conversation. I really hesitate to call this a show because a show implies a big production. And this is intentionally not big production. This is not a big produced thing. We do put together a slideshow, we share some images, and then we share those with you and we talk about it. This is very much a conversation about people who are living this out. And so without any further ado, let's dive into our presentation. And as we do, I want to remind everyone that if you are on the live stream, either on YouTube or Facebook Live right now, and you put in comments that pertain to our conversation, you can join in this conversation virtually. We'll plaster your comment up there. We'll stop talking and address your question if it pertains. If it doesn't, we may plaster it up there and not disrupt the conversation. But we do invite that, welcome that. We want your engagement in that way. And so please don't hold back from the comments, and we will respond to you one way or the other. So as I said, episode 18, solar arches and canopies. This is Soul Seeker that is featured on today's thumbnail. And you can see in the black and white on the left, that is how she looked, not black and white, this July when we took her out, splashed her, and did our kind of proof of concept. Everything was proof of concept. Every one of our 10 episodes, I feel like I was saying, it's just proof of concept. This is not permanent yet. And so on the right, this is a concept image. No, not a produced thing that has not been done. That is just digitally imagined. And so just keep that in mind as we're going through. The next one here, you will see this is that proof of concept layout while we were out. I believe this was on the Pungo River. This is in the North Carolina area. It is not the Outer Banks. We'd call this the Inner Banks, part of the Intracoastal Waterway, which is part of our journey and our desire, which is to complete the North American Great Loop. And if you don't know anything about that, I'm not going to take our airtime for that today. You can go look at our video, multiple videos, and find out more, or just do a web search and you'll find out all you need to know. Now you'll see our solar panels are simply laid out, zip tied and secured with ropes onto the actual hard top of the liveaboard area, the cabin. And they were just arranged there. I've got 2 on the back, solar arch, and that was pre-existing. That was on the boat when we bought it. I did remove older panel that was there and put our newer ones there. These are Longi panels, 375 watt panels. There are 6 of them above the cabin, and the 2 at the solar canopy, solar arch. And then 2 others are still here in Kansas City, where I am now, and wish that I were on the boat, that are powering I have a golf simulator space in the backyard and a ride-on lawnmower that has a 48-volt battery bank in it. And so those 2 panels here at the house power the bank on the mower, which I've wired to power the golf simulator space as well. Those 2 panels will make their way to Soul Seeker in time, probably when we return in May. And the goal is to have something that is obviously mounted above the boat and able to power our boat without taking up all that precious real estate down below. Now, this boat is one of the inspirations, one of the chief inspirations for us with Soul Seeker, and our own Patrick Mackay. Did I pronounce that correct, Patrick?
You're better than most over this, Jason.
Give me one pronunciation. I will do better, please.
No, you're right. It's Patrick Mackay.
Oh, perfect. I love it. I'm an American and I butcher most pronunciations, and I want to do better. I try and do better. And so I heard his wife pronounce his last name on a recent video and went, "Ooh, I've been saying Patrick McKay the whole time. That's terrible." Okay. So there you go. Patrick Mackay shared this video from a recent endeavor that he was on, and he kind of rubbed it in my face, I think. I think he meant it in a bit of a, hey, Waltz, here you go. This is what you wish you had. And it had its effect. I was basically mad and happy all at the exact same time. And so it's a beautiful vessel. If you don't know, that's a silent yacht. I believe that's a silent 55, maybe a silent 60. I think it's a 55. Patrick, any thoughts?
I thought it was a 60. It anchored next to us again in Corfu Bay. I believe it's a 60.
It's such a gorgeous vessel, but it also comes with a gorgeous vessel price of northward of $2 million. I don't have a clue what that is in pounds. What it is untouchable for my wife and myself, 2 educators in the state of Missouri, and that's just beyond our grasp. But what it does serve is as an inspiration and as a template, as it were. And so this right here is Soul Seeker on the hard in Belhaven, North Carolina. I went out there for Labor Day, which here in the States is a holiday, and flew out there in order to do some work on the boat and really just to not cry because I want to be on the boat so badly. You can see, again, this is her current state. The mast is gone. Thank goodness. It's got the room. But you can see the old bimini is still in place. Again, this is that photo. I love this photo. I've actually printed this photo. It's in my office at work. But you can see, okay, she's got a good starting point. There's some work to be done. And that leads us to today's conversation, where I would love to get something like this concept. This is kind of a blending of what she is now with what I think I have the ability to DIY and do myself. I'm learning how to fiberglass because, like I said, my wife and I are educators. We don't have this amazing limitless budget to be able to just do what we want. And so it's forcing us to learn as we go. And I like that because then anything that goes wrong, I have a knowledge of what's gone on there. I know what to do. I know how to fix it. And so I'm really hoping that, Reinhard, that you'll be paying attention to my concept there, because honestly, your boat is the closest thing I've seen to what I want to achieve. And this here is the Sailing Brothers. If you don't know the Sailing Brothers, oh my goodness, they are 2 very fun characters. They are on another Prout. Their boat is very similar to ours. They have intentionally gone with sailing. That is their desire. They are not doing solar cruising. They are not even doing an electric drive. They have a diesel They have the old sails. They bought her sight unseen, and it had a beautiful hard dodger already in place. And I look at their structure and go, ooh, that is almost exactly my boat. And I look at what they've got going on there and I go, how can I do that? I want to do that because I would not have it stop, as you can see in the bottom right image. I wouldn't have it stop where it does just over the pilot area. I'd go all the way back aft to the actual solar arch itself and cover that aft deck so that then it has room for my panels. And you can see their panels are set up what I would call long ways. I would rotate those 90 degrees and had them the long way would stretch over the beam of the boat. And so I'd be able to get all 10 of mine. I'd have 2 on the current solar arch, and then the 8 would proceed forward from the solar arch along a hard dodger, similar to what we see here. Excuse me. And then cover just about to where their mast is. And I even love their little windows. Look at their windows where you can like, and it's funny too, because they don't even have any kind of hydraulic lift. They use a stick and there's just a wooden stick is all they put up there. And I'm like, oh my God, I love these guys so much. And they recently put out a, Aaron, remind us, what was it that they did for their sales? Was that a GoFundMe or something?
Oh yeah, for their for their sales, and then it got into a couple of other things that they needed as well, and yeah, pretty amazing stuff. They raised, I think it was like almost 5,000 euros within under 24 hours.
Right.
Yeah, and they passed their goal. They surpassed their goal,
which is awesome. Good for them. They're a great couple of dudes who are out there. I think they're in Australia right now, or darn near. And so go check out their YouTube channel, give them a like, subscribe, comment on all their stuff, watch their journey. It's super fun. But yeah, I was using their hard dodger as like I want to talk about that. Here's another one. This is another Prout. This person has gone with marine grade plywood, and you can see they've got a support structure in place that's apparently like 2x4s or 6s or something that they have got in place, and then they're glassing over. I think that's a very viable and easy to achieve. I feel like I could do that, right? As a DIY guy, I feel like I could accomplish that. I'm not completely stupid, but I'm very entry level at a lot of things, and I don't mind learning as I go because I can't afford the other way. And so again, this is all just kind of getting you guys the concept that's going to lead us here. I'm going to back up from this because I'll be so distracted by Reinhard's beautiful boat. I mean, look at that, guys. That is so gorgeous. Sorry, I got distracted. Okay, let's back up one image and let's talk Jason's project. So just lay the groundwork here. We're going to talk for a little while about Soul Seeker and my project. And I'm hoping that I'm going to get these guys brainstorming what the heck I'm doing and how I might proceed, and give me some feedback. I'm actually going to bounce back a bit more to my concept so that we can have that in the image while we're talking. And I want you guys to really sound off and say what you would do if it was your boat. Bearing in mind, I'm not going to like hold you to anything. Again, the same disclaimer we give to our viewers. I'm not holding any of us here to it. Like, you said do this, Aaron, and it broke, and now I'm mad. That's not me. Like, it's not me at all. And Aaron, besides, would be like, I'm so glad you're mad.
So I have a question, Jason.
Go for it.
On your back arch, since that wasn't something that you fabricated or did. I think you mentioned it was there when you bought the boat. Are you planning on leaving it angled like that, or are you going to change the?
It's kind of a weird angle, right? Like
a little bit, yeah. Well, I mean, when you mentioned something to build a hard Dodger or a hard top or a hard Bimini that's going to come all the way back to those panels. How are you going to transition from what you're going to do to what's already there?
So I'm very open to your thoughts on that, actually, because I have looked at Reinhard's, and he doesn't have you know, a
No,
metallic,
it's flat.
you know, canopy or arch in the back. And I'm like, ooh, how do I accomplish that? What I'm most worried about is sway. I'm worried about I'm going to do an inadequate job securing it and it's going to fall down and break and I'm going to be like crap or injured or whatever. You know, like that is my biggest concern because I've tried little things here at the house with stuff I had around and I was not effective at it. And so but I've used inferior stuff, I know. And so I was like, I'm just not knowing what I'm doing. I'm going to look forward to talking about this one day. This is my one day. I'm so excited. Patrick,
Yeah. So
you're also showing us stuff. What you got?
Yeah, so sway was a big problem on our frame as well. We've obviously got 80 kilograms on top there with the 4 panels. And before I don't know if you can see on the video, there's an X bracing out of Dyneema, which is my favorite stuff to work with. Dyneema is brilliant and stronger than steel. And now we have zero sway.
Really?
We've got to step over it and you know, when we get on and off the boat. But it's nice. It prevents you from falling off the back, which is also quite useful. And zero sway and Dyneema is going to be stronger than the frame itself. So if anything buckles, it's going to be stainless steel and not the Dyneema.
And I remember seeing that when we were on the boat there back in, what was that, June? And I was like, okay, take note of that, take note of that, take note of that. And I was sitting there taking so many notes.
If we didn't have it, our
thing.
frame would have fallen sideways by now, easily.
Really?
It used to move and then accelerate, and eventually it would have just gone flat down. Yeah. So if you need some bracing, that's not a bad way to do it.
Okay.
Good idea. Good. And it seems pretty like low tech.
I like low tech. Low tech is great.
Very easy. Very easy. I think it took me all of maybe an hour and a half to put that together.
Yeah, good deal. It's basically it's bracing and holding the stainless steel poles together, so they don't sway back and forth, especially in the wind.
Yeah.
In the Aaron, wind. Any other? I know you were kind of mid thought, and then I noticed what Patrick was doing and kind of deviated. So let's shift back.
I really like the design of the marine plywood. I don't necessarily know that I would use that material, but I like the design of go a couple slides back. I like the design of how that is. Like you could scale that to make it bigger, larger.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of your idea, but maybe you want to make it longer.
Yeah.
Because that kind of resembles what Reinhard did somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but he used I don't want to steal his thunder. But
I know. Right. I'm so hesitant to jump into Reinhard's stuff because I'm like, screw my thoughts. I want to go do Reinhard's boat. That's what Reinhard, just sell me your boat. That's what I want.
I mean, this is definitely nice. I don't know if you would need or how you would do the extra support with this.
Yeah.
Because you can't X the whole back of the, go from post to post. But maybe you wouldn't need to, because maybe it's strong enough. And I think from looking at Reinhard's stuff and a little bit, he didn't look like he had any X's in the back either. But
I noticed that too, and I'm looking for, like, I have noticed, and I don't think you guys can see my mouse arrow, but I've noticed the triangles that people will build into the corners in order to fight against sway. Like, I know what they're doing there.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not a total idiot, but I'm like, okay, well, I don't know where that's going to work on mine. How am I going to do that? And so I get into all kinds of mental paths that lead me down where I just stop working and instead just thinking.
To make you feel a little bit more comfortable, I guess, this entire thing is just one big experiment, right? Everything,
right.
Everything we're doing is just an experiment and testing and experimenting and testing. And you're lucky if it works right on the first time. I'm sure that Patrick didn't put that Dyneema there the first time he saw it, said, oh, wow, this is swaying. So now I need to fix it. So, experimenting and testing.
Yeah. And I love that. Reinhard, any input on my concept before we jump to yours?
I think his audio delays a little bit.
I think you are on the construction because it's not straight as a bow. I like this, but you don't have a concept for the whole boat. I have a very different concept because I'm steering my boat with a joystick with my thumb. It's just small, and so it's like I'm steering my boat. I don't have a steering wheel. I don't have such a big cockpit. I have removed all. I take a big saw, make the whole cockpit. You have no place for your because for your concept, because you have the old cockpit, old doors. It's the old roof as well. Roof as well. I think if you make a boat like mine, you have to remove the old roof, like the back of the boat. Dustin is better in English, so I asked him to help me.
Oh, no, that's perfect. Yeah, thank you.
Explain what I want to say.
Yeah. In general, his meaning that it's way easier to achieve something really great if it's at a whole boat, not just on a single project like an RF or something. So if you would lift the whole roof and front area, for example, it's way easier than or one line of a roof as to achieve way more solar area. But in general, then you can do more area quicker and easier.
Yeah.
I
know what he's saying. He's saying basically to raise the roof to make a canopy to go straight across. Basically, you're basically you're rebuilding the whole top end of your boat.
Right.
Adding on. Yeah.
Correct. No, and that is a fantastic concept because honestly, the headroom in the boat itself, like when you're in the cabin, is brutal.
We have also another roof from the cockpit was like I think it would be fine in your
feet.
metrics.
Yeah.
But so we had to cut the roof off, no by right. So we had no chance then to cut it off and make a new roof. Was way forward. Just a given way for us to do.
Got it. Understood. You know what's nice about this for us is my wife and I are both pretty short. We can make do in it as is. Our son-in-law is a 6'2" Australian, and
the next time I will make
he has to duck.
Video from my saloon. You have not seen my saloon at this time.
No, we have not seen your saloon.
My saloon and my cockpit. My cockpit is just very. I have a lot.
I think that's actually a really good time to jump over to Reinhard's, because when we look at Reinhard's, clearly he's, as he described, cut off the roof of the pre-existing boat, and he was nice enough to share with us a picture of the boat before his project, and so we could see a before and then even a during and after. So I look at this and think it is a stunning example of what can be done. I like the amount of solar. I love right here. I can't help but wonder. He's going to share all this with us, what the material is. But I love that it doesn't have to be one solid hard Dodger, and instead has basically a grid structure for the solar to sit on. I worry about my DIY skills, having that be a leak place. Like I imagine I'll have leaks everywhere with this. So let's have Reinhard jump in and share what he wants to about his project.
I think the audio delay is on his side, Jason.
Yeah. You got to love audio delay. It's my favorite.
Yeah, remember the old internet protocol phone where it used to delay?
Oh Lord, do I ever. Yes. So Patrick, since we're waiting on a little delay and it seems like maybe a latency going on there, let's have you give input here on his project. How would one avoid the leaks that have to be a problem to overcome here?
To me, I think you just use tons and tons of butyl tape and you seal things off well, and you probably put some they make the butyl roof seal tape, which is silver on top. It looked like there was some of that there.
So let's bounce back and look. Maybe that is true.
I love the idea.
Relatively well.
The saloon is complete new saloon with a new kitchen, seat place, and it's all new inside. So
did we just hear him comment about saloon?
I have a lot of opportunities. Make a different design because it's all new.
Yeah, what he was saying was that they basically rebuilt the whole saloon and built a new galley kitchen in there, and it's all brand new.
I love that. That is bigger than I think I'm ready to do for mine. I like, would I love that? Yes.
I like the idea on this where they basically it looks like, unless there's frames around these panels, it looks like that they're countersunk into whatever material they use to make this hardtop.
Mm-hmm.
And it all looks so clean and
gorgeous.
Nice. Yeah,
you can use the word gorgeous. It's gorgeous. That is so beautiful. It looks like he's put in. Patrick, help me with what I'm seeing on the edges here, on the corners. Are those just L brackets? What am I seeing there?
Yeah, it looks like it's just I don't know if it's aluminium or if it's some type of fiberglass, but it's just holding it up from the bottom on
Incredible.
Each side. Yeah, so that's what you got on the end. I've got something similar on some of my panels as well, that the aluminium welder put to keep my panels from falling down as well. What's very nice about this is
had Angst bei den Grids, dass er bam wird und nicht sein Leakage.
Reinhard, go ahead.
A second advantage.
Yeah, the audio is coming through kind of garbled.
Yeah, the audio is a little garbled and it's rather delayed, I think.
Yeah. So, I mean, but Patrick, basically there's like little tabs on each corner.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Wow.
Aaron, go ahead.
Yeah. So, Patrick, were you saying that there's like little tabs on each corner so that the corners of the solar panels sit in those little tabs so that they don't, fall through?
Yeah, it looks like it. It's a very neat design. What's nice is it keeps the bottom clear because he's got bifacial panels. So if the sun reflects off his cockpit floor, his saloon floor, you get power in from both sides.
Yeah. I mean, this is definitely extremely well done.
Yeah, like that's just, come on.
And it's clean. Like all his wiring is clean. Like that's a difficult feat in itself, I think.
Yeah, getting the wires into those channels, I think, is a lot of hard work, but very nicely done.
Yeah.
And if I had to do my work again, and I had the time, this would be sort of the goal. This is what I would try and do.
What do we think about the support bracing I'm seeing here with the legs?
Well, if he has a hammock attached to it and a grown adult is sitting in that hammock, then those seem to be quite well.
Yeah. I'm wondering, like, I know with the audio issues, and he looks like he's left and will hopefully come back.
I think he used hollow. It's hollow fiberglass, like maybe.
Well, he says he used GRP with carbon reinforcement.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then maybe
And
it's
so,
not.
for those who don't know, GRP is glass reinforced plastic, and with carbon reinforcement, I'm wondering if that's just carbon fiber mat that he's put around and
So
glass it in.
GRP in Europe, GRP means fiberglass.
Yeah. It's the same.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah.
not a different substance. Yeah.
I wonder if those are hollow or if they're not hollow, if they're solid.
Well, I think they have to be hollow because I think he uses his wires running through them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
It'll be really interesting to find out how he made it. Did he buy some square tube and fiberglass it onto the boat, or did he make square tube and
think he made it.
fiberglass it himself?
He probably made it, I think.
Now, let's keep going through the pictures here because I think this will actually answer that.
Yeah.
Maybe for you guys, it'll answer that because for me, it just makes me have more questions.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I
It's
mean,
hard to tell. Is it there we go. We got him back. Reinhard, can you hear us now?
Right. We have a lot of problems here with our internet.
okay, I think he's better.
Oh,
I
it sounds so
think
much better.
device.
Dustin and Reinhard are back.
Yes.
We are back. Now
Okay,
we are
good.
on
No
Apple.
delay. No
Not on
delay. All right,
Windows.
perfect. Go ahead, Jason.
So, Dustin and Reinhard, we have made it. I'm going to back up a couple of slides because we have some questions for you. Number one question: how did you keep this structure where the solar panels are exposed for bifacial production? How did you keep it from becoming a leaking monster?
There is two. This is a two-way system. First thing is there is some kind of such a small band which is expanding. It's an anti-leakage band. You can buy it in any normal tool store. And this was our first layer. So we tightened it up with this one, and you basically put it around the solar module, put it in. And then those L structures you asked earlier,
Yes.
they are fiberglass, so to make that sure. But they keep it up, and then we gave it time so this band could expand and tighten it up. And then there was the second system, which was the glue itself, which then couldn't leak down, and so we could fill the whole area up, and it made it perfectly tight.
What type of glue did you use?
It was a marine glue. What was it?
The name of the marine glue is it's a marine glue. It's a German name.
Oh, okay.
Ramsauer.
Ramsauer Marine, yeah. 550 is the name. Ramsauer Marine 550. I think you can use other glues. It's a MS. What is the name?
MS polymer.
MS polymer based. Yes, it's
Yeah,
polymer based.
Jason, you could probably use like 4,000 or 4,200. And
That's what I was thinking. Is 4,200 sounds like the closest American equivalent.
Probably.
That's fantastic.
Or butyl tape. You could use butyl tape too, like Patrick mentioned.
Patrick's favorite, man. He
I
throws
love butyl tape.
and everything.
If I don't use butyl tape, I use Sikaflex.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
But butyl is making a lot of mess when you try to remove it anywhere.
Oh,
We at first we had problems with our windows. Every time it rained, it kept leaking into the boat itself. We had a lot of wet problems, you could say. And then we learned about this stuff which is called butyl and the butyl tapes. We sealed everything with it, and at the window area it gets warm, and it never. But the thing is, butyl is always keeping something tight because it is always fluid. and so never
Mm.
any water can go inside, even when the structure is moving itself. But this
So
is
it
also
never-
a disadvantage when we can flow aside, and then the module is everywhere.
It never cures hard. It always stays flexible.
No. It's always a fluid.
It makes
Okay.
a lot of dirt.
Yeah, a lot of mess.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we move through here, we have a question here in regards to your support structure itself. I'm understanding it, if I understand correctly, that's GRP with carbon reinforcement.
Yes.
We would
Because it
love to
was-
learn more.
It was not stiff enough. Yeah, we made it. These are fiberglass profiles. We make it. Ist aber vorgespannt.
We stretch them.
We make a bow. They are not straight. We make a bow. We want that it makes a bow, because it's optical, a better optical design, and the water goes on the side of the roof, from the roof.
Yeah.
And we you see, I sent him you a picture. We make it with 5 tons of force. The bow. There are in the middle. There are 2 profiles. Glass profile, a fiberglass profile. And outside there are 2 smaller fiberglass profiles. You can see it in the left picture. And it's very strong. But fiberglass have a very low elastic constant
It doesn't
factor.
stretch.
It is strong like steel, but it has 10 times lower or more elastic. It's more elastic than steel. So you make it was not stiff enough. It was not. So we make carbon or carbon.
Yeah, carbon
On the top and on the bottom, but it was not the original plan. This was not necessary because I feel it was not strong enough. This was a second idea.
Try to fix
Reinhard.
it. Yeah.
Reinhard, did you guys make those the posts like where the hammock is connected? Did you make those from scratch, or you bought something and made it better?
These posts, those are
Yeah.
also just fiberglass profiles, and one day I had the idea that we are making it way too complex, everything, and that whenever you're making a steel structure, you're also making finished profiles and just cutting it like you need it, and then weld it together. And we tried to make an equivalent, and we found some fiberglass profiles, and then we had to and then it was very simple because we just had to take all those profiles, cut it with an angle grinder, and then instead of welding, we glued it with epoxy and so on.
Brilliant.
And this made everything very simple. And so every time somebody thinks this is steel or aluminum, it includes fiberglass because it's just fiberglass profile.
Yeah,
it is working the same, but it's not getting rusty. It is still lighter than steel, same strength, and it works perfectly together with the boat with the same extension and withdrawal from heat and so on. So it's
cool.
Brilliant.
Very easy to work with it then.
That's fantastic. Okay, so as we move to the next slide here, I believe this is showing the construction of your post. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you see the white on the middle picture. But if the left I cannot see the left picture. I have to move the picture on the left side shows the system that we use to stretch it and makes it curved.
Yeah. So if you look at the middle picture, this gray one. So on the bottom, the thick one is just an straight table we used, and this is just some plastic wrapped around it, so we don't have a mess with the epoxy. And on top, you can see this straight gray line or gray profile, and this white profile which is clamped on it. On the other side, there is also a white profile, and on the left picture you can see that we stretch the white profiles against the gray one, and with a huge pressure. And through this, we was able to achieve that the gray one is moving in the center away from the white ones, and we get an arc. And so the whole stamp or post is an arc. And then we glued it all together in this position with epoxy and fiberglass cuttings. And so we got those structure. It was very, very strong, very... we calculated you could easily drive with a car on top of it. But when a human stand on it, it was going like 10 centimeter down. And so then this was the reason why we had to put then carbon on it, because we saw it was not stiff enough. So nowadays, we wouldn't use fiberglass then, because this could be made of any styrofoam or something that is very, very light and just some stiff connections from bottom to top. And then carbon would make the same strength, but way easier, or way lighter. So this was one of your, as you said before, Aaron, we are learning and experimenting. Yes, we learned a lot.
Yeah,
we could make it better today, but it was the best we could do back then.
Man, it's so impressive what you guys have accomplished, and it's an inspiration. So here we're looking at photos of the boat as it was a sailing vessel, I believe, when you first got it, and then during the transition period. And that is just so wonderful to see, because those of us who are in this stage and then know what it turns out in the end, you're like, oh, I'll keep going, because look, it can be done. That's wonderful.
Yeah, the left side, this was, I think, 15 years ago. And you see that the saloon wasn't original. It was placed, I think, 2006 on the boat, and it was not high enough. We had not enough headroom, and so we removed all. And you see my cockpit. The biggest difference from the left old boat and the new boat is the size of the cockpit area. Yeah? Mm-hmm. We cut the whole boat. The open deck catamaran was made that the open deck catamaran has very big storage areas for some stuff in the bedrooms, and it was so small. The place for the cockpit was very small, so I cut the boat with my saw and glue it again. I put the area wider from the cockpit, and I cut the construction. The boat is the two hulls are fixed with two beams, the front and on the left, and the left beam is the stronger beam, and I cut it. I cut the whole structure from the boat. So on the left side, you see there is a new beam on the bottom. It's made of fiberglass, and the construction with the triangles is strong enough to replace the old beam and makes the boat stiff again. And together with the new saloon, the saloon is high, and the high construction is very stiff. I think the boat is now stronger and stiffer than before.
Fantastic.
So
Oh, my apologies. Would you like to go back?
Yeah, there's one more significant change yet that people may not see in this picture in the first place, because we could remove or we could lower the rear beam down to the floor. We could extend the cockpit itself back to the rear ending of the boat. On the left picture, you can see there is over 1 meter you could achieve there. And this is on the right boat, where the right picture, where this seating is over the whole back of the boat. So we also got over 1 meter cockpit size just from the back, because we could lower this beam. So we lowered it, put it down on the ground, and also with the roof construction was stiffer than before, and we could achieve something like this.
And so we have very big cockpit and a big roof. And a second very, very nice new feature is that the saloon is under the roof, under the solar roof. And there is a space between, because you have to take space for the air to cool the panels. And all the windows from the saloon are now under the roof, so you have shadow over the windows. And in summertime, when it's hot outside, in the saloon it's very cool. It's like under a tree in the summer. You can open all windows, and when you have a very hot summer, it's not hot in the boat.
Awesome.
This is very comfortable. But the modules getting hot. I think the modules have 50 degrees in the summer. It's much more hotter in the cockpit than in the saloon if you go outside. Yeah. The cool area is not in the boat. The cool area is outside of the boat. The cool area is inside of the boat. It's different than the most boats.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I love that. Any questions, comments from our co-hosts before we move on?
No,
Well, I was going to say sorry, Aaron, go ahead.
No, go.
I was going to say one of the most important things for sailing on a boat is to have as enough shade as you can, because you see some of the people that don't have good cockpit covers or good biminis, and they are fried all the time, or they live inside their boats all the time. So if you can cover as much stuff and get as much shade in your cockpit, it's a hugely valuable thing.
Yes,
exactly.
And
as we continue on, we do see here we've got Reinhard is pictured on the starboard side of his boat, and this is just a nice view from above, and you see such a great arrangement of his array. And Patrick, look at how little shade there is on this thing.
Yeah,
I'm very jealous. I've got a mast and a boom that takes at least 2 out of my 8 panels out all the time.
Yes.
That looks great. I mean, you can't use up that much power. There's just no way. You've always got full batteries. I can understand why.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like a mini silent yacht for sure.
I love it.
As the lowest battery level that I have in these last 2 months was 15%, because there was 3 days, cloudy 3 days, and I want to go back to Italy, so I came from Vir, the island Vir in Croatia, and go. What is the next station? Was Lochin. I slept in Lochin one night, and then I go over the Guana, so to Pula, and there was a lot of wind against my boat. So I have to go with. I think I go with 8 kilowatt against very strong wind against the border, and then I came to Pula with 15%. It was the lowest level battery I ever had. Most time the battery was really full all the time. Sometimes I go around Tugi Otok, if you know Tugi Otok, and then we come back from the south side to Vir, because I stayed in Vir. I have friends in Vir, and we came with the south wind, and we started in Tugi Otok with 70%, and we have the wind from behind, so we came to Vir with full batteries. We just go with 2 kilowatts, and the solar panels charges my battery, and we arrived in Vir with full batteries, not with low. We started with 70%, 70%, and in Vir we have 100% in the batteries.
Now, how much is your power potential? Like each panel is how many watts?
400.
400, and you have how many? I'm trying to count.
14. 14. I have 5.6 kilowatt, but they are bifacial.
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 Yeah.
I think it was a very good idea, because when the sun goes down, they get energy from the backside, yes? And they are
Love it.
they are a little bit heavier than normal modules, but they are very strong. You can walk around the roof. You can go on these panels. It's no problem. They are strong enough to go on these modules, and you get extra energy from the backside, and
Love
you have no problem with aging of the modules, because glass, you have both sides of the modules are made with glass.
The mineral glass, yes.
Yeah, mineral glass. At the top is 2 millimeter. Then in the middle is the module and the sandwich construction, and on the
Bottom
on the
layer.
bottom layer is 2 millimeter glass too. One module has 26 kilogram as kilos. It's not so light. It's heavier than normal modules, but they have no problems with the sun. They don't getting older. They are very strong, and I think it was a good idea.
Hey,
Yeah.
Reinhard. Did I hear that you can walk on them without without cracking them?
Yes.
You can walk them on them. It's no problem. I often walked on these modules. Yeah.
But don't do it barefoot. You burn your feet.
Okay. So basically, they can hold the weight of you walking, like not jumping, obviously, but
It's
walking
no problem.
back.
I think jumping will also be okay, but it's still glass. It's same as fiberglass. They are very flexible.
Yeah.
So you're walking on them and they are bending under your weight, but they are not breaking. Far from breaking. Also, they are made for house roofs with big hailstorm for big hailstorms and so on. So they also have security glass in them. So if you're really breaking, you wouldn't even hurt yourself. It's maybe from falling, yes, but not from the glass
It must be
shattering
tempered.
and so on.
Yeah.
Yes.
A quick clarifying question. So you had said your battery got quite low because it was cloudy. And I'm curious, with a panel array this large, do you remember finding what were they generating during the cloudy conditions?
Oh, I think we started on end of July. It was not June. This is June. I think in June one module. So I think I have 7 strings. 2 modules
Connected to one string.
serial to one MPPT from Victron, and in the June in June, the max power on a very nice day is about 5 kilowatt hours per day. Yes,
That's
Per
wonderful.
string or per module?
Per string.
Mm-hmm.
You have this 7 times, so you have 35 kilowatts hours per day. And on bad days, I think we have 10 kilowatt hours per day. Because in Croatia, it's never long. The cloudy time is not so long on the sea there.
But when it is cloudy, it drops by about a third.
If it's cloudy, most times you have more than 1,000 watt on all modules.
Yeah.
On cloudy conditions.
Patrick, how does that compare with your experience?
It depends on how cloudy it is. Typically the sort of heavy cloud, I'll bring in maybe 1/6 of the usual amount of power. I'll bring in 500-600 watts in very cloudy weather. In light cloud, I still get a kilowatt, so maybe 1/3. So that's my range. It has to be incredibly dark, incredibly thick cloud for me to get no watts in. I have seen it, but it's darker than a normal rain cloud.
Yeah. And that rang true for us with our little month of sea trial time, where we had a lot of cloudy days and I was still generating enough that I could gain propulsion. I just was going really slowly. 3 knots was all I could get, and that was using every bit of the solar. And so very fantastic conversation thus far. For sake of time, I do want to move onward because I want to give some time here for this concept here. Patrick shared some images of his own glasswork over foam. And so tell us a little bit about this, Patrick. What are we looking at here?
It's just so there's a couple of places in my boat where I used fiberglass and foam instead of wood for support. So my battery tray, for instance, which is an 80 kilogram battery tray sitting in my engine room, is sitting on 2 layers of fiberglass, a 1 centimeter piece of foam, and 2 layers of fiberglass, and it sits flat. And then I had some leftovers, so I thought, okay, let's build myself a new door. It's incredibly light. This is a single layer of fiberglass, and I can stand on this single layer on each side with some foam in between.
That door's not finished.
And I need to finish it, but it's incredibly light, incredibly strong.
Patrick, she did that while we were live streaming. I love that.
So what I would like to do is everywhere where I've got heavy wood on my boat, sort of like really thick marine ply, I've got my rudder compartments. I've got really thick marine ply sitting down over there, and I would love to, when I've got some time, replace those with some fiberglass and foam. And that's going to be my job over the winter, is wherever I can find places to remove heavy wood, especially wood that gets rotten, and replace it with that stuff, I will.
Good idea.
Fantastic conversation. Now, as we bounce forward here, we're going to jump to what I am so just mind boggled by is the lovely vessel known as Extraordinary Horizons, a power catamaran owned by none other than our very own Aaron Andrews. So, Aaron, tell us a little bit about your boat and your idea for where you're going to put your solar, and hold off on that last little surprise bit till we get to our concept art, if you would be so kind.
So I've definitely learned quite a bit today from Reinhard as to what solar panels are capable of, walking on them, putting weight on them. So that I appreciate. So everything here is going to be, like Jason said on his boat, is digitally imagined. I haven't done any of this yet. It's all crazy ideas in my head, but stuff that I really want to implement at some point. So if you look, and I'm going to point at it, but you can't see my finger, on the wheelhouse roof, which is that second deck, the top deck up there. I think it's part number A. All of that is going to be covered with rigid panels, similarly to what Reinhard showed. So all that's up there right now is a little radar and a rooftop AC. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the rooftop AC there, or if I'm going to remove the rooftop AC, and then I'll have more room for solar. So yeah, I mean, that's definitely the plan for the primary means of solar. I have some tricks up my sleeve as to how I'm gonna get even more solar on there. Again, it's an experiment. I don't know if it's gonna work, but it's definitely worth a try. So then if you see the picture on the bottom right, that's another deck. Like, actually, we're refitting the boat now, so there's no safety railing up or anything like that. It's just basically all raw. So on that bottom picture on the right, if you see that deck there, ideally I would like to, where the deck is exposed to the sun, I would like to put some panels there too, because our goal is to be totally off grid, like self-sustainable, not have to depend on anyone, be able to generate our own power and our own water. So the more solar and storage for that solar, the better. Then I have another, it didn't make it into the slideshow, I don't think, but on the front face of the boat, there's 3 porthole windows, or 3 hatches. Yeah, right there. That's it. So if you look at the top where that black band goes across, that's the pilot house or the wheelhouse windows where you drive the boat inside. Under that area is all empty. There's nothing there. It's just a wall, like it's a bedroom or a stateroom wall. And I plan on figuring out how to cover all of that with solar too. The main thing, which Reinhard did allude to, is its weight. So I've been researching and looking at possibly using some kind of flexible or semi-flexible solar panels, but they're not as efficient as the rigid panels. So I don't know if I'm going to have enough weight allowance to be able to do these kind of crazy things. So we're waiting to get the boat into the water in order to try, right? To try to start to do these things so that I can see the instant impact on adding this type of weight to the boat. I mean, I may even add weight in another way, not solar panel, but weight maybe in putting some wood beams up on top of the wheelhouse that would be equal to the weight of the solar panels, so that we can see the impact. So this is the dream. Would be to build some type of this would be the starting point, right? So filling the entire roof with solar panels, maybe even filling in the center there with flexible solar panels, depending on how they work. This would be the start of something where we would have a layer of solar panels, and then one in the front and one in the back on the top of the wheelhouse, hoping for 6.1 kilowatt hours. So depending on how crazy we go with what devices we're gonna want to power inside of the boat, we're going with minimalist for sure. But based upon what we're gonna want to power inside of the boat, that's gonna be, I guess, dependent on how much solar we're gonna need. Right now, we're not solar propulsion. We're basically diesel propulsion. At some point, I would like to go hybrid propulsion. I don't think that I would ever go totally electric. So for those electric purists out there, I'm sorry. that's not my thing. I would like to go, dip my toe halfway in the water with a hybrid propulsion, two diesels, and then possibly one or two electric motors. So if Jason switches to the next slide, you can see the ideal situation. I think that's what it's going to be. Yeah. So right now they're doing similar things with RVs, where you have tracks that you can slide out and lock when you're at anchor, or when you're at dock, and you're basically going to get 2 or 3 times the amount of energy generation. Is it going to work? I don't know, because now we're getting really, really heavy, and we're really heavy on the topmost part of the boat, which is not good. So we'll see. I'm hoping that I can do something similar to this. I'm not ready yet, and solar development is moving at the speed of light. So maybe as time goes on, when I am ready, there'll be something different that will work better for what I'm trying to do. But I don't know how much I'm going to be able to do, because again, the weight limitations are, I think, gonna hurt me.
I think your project is fantastic. And this is an example just for our viewers to see. When he says a retractable system, you can see this is an example here, 2 options, one in the smaller one in the upper left, where there's a rail system, track system, where that can be extended and exposed to the sunlight and pulled back in, let's say during docking, or if you're in a lock.
Or I may even get crazy enough. It's like slides on an RV, right? They slide out and slide in. So what's being used is, it's like a drawer, really, really heavy duty drawer slides, for heavy toolboxes and stuff like that you can use to slide out and lock. So I've never had an RV with slides, and I don't know what happens if you drive an RV with the slides open, not going fast, of course. But my boat is not going to go fast, right? It's probably going to be 5 to 8 to 10 knots max. So I would like to experiment with, possibly on a non-windy day, going slow and seeing what it would look like if I were to leave them, out, like the wings out, so to speak, and see what happens. This is all an experiment. Who knows if it's, like I keep saying that, who knows if it's going to work or not, but you don't know unless you try, right?
Well, let's hear from Reinhard and Patrick. What do you think about
rip
Aaron's?
rip it apart, please. Yeah. Yeah.
My first thought is absolutely remove everything from the rooftop and cover the rooftop with solar panels. You can find another place to put an AC quite easily.
Mhm.
And you've got perfect space on top there. You've got no shading or anything like that. Yeah, fill it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean that's definitely in the plan. Like the AC that's up there is old anyway, and it's just a hole. It's just a hole cut in the roof, so I could pull it out and cover it up and then move it somewhere else. Okay. What do you think of the retractable idea? Like windage is definitely a concern, and weight is definitely a concern for sure. Like this is a dream, right? So I don't know if I can make it come true. What are your thoughts on the retractable type of stuff?
I mean, I've thought about it for myself as well. I've got 4 panels on my roof, and I could easily put another 4 underneath it, which would give me a lot more power. But is it complicated? Would I do it very often? I would start first with seeing how things work without any sort of slides. I mean, consider them. So sort of build it with a plan that you could do it if you wanted to, but see how it goes. The thing for me is, what would the extra 1600 watts do for me? Because I'm not going to be able to add a knot to my speed. That's too much power. So it would just mean that I can go maybe 0.2 of a knot faster or 0.3 of a knot faster, with a lot more complication and a lot more weight.
But what about an air conditioning inside or a I don't know, a chest freezer or something like these kind of things? It depends.
Yeah, freezers are actually not too bad at all in terms of consumption. My fridge freezer is about 0.7 kilowatt hours a day in midsummer, so you won't use that much more. I mean, if it's easy enough to do it, but if it's going to be complicated and heavy, maybe try and fit more panels to your back deck first, and then and then see if you need even more.
It's not complicated per se, but it is heavy because these panels that Reinhard is using probably weigh about 60 pounds each. I would say maybe even more because maybe he's using some other more industrial ones, but yeah, they get up there when you're talking about putting. What did he say? How many panels does Reinhard have? 14.
14.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, that's 60 times 14. That's a lot of weight.
Yeah, but it's not really 60. It's more like 50 pounds.
Okay, 50.
probably.
Our models are smaller than yours. I think we just have 400 watts. We just have 1.75 meter length and 1 meter width, 1 meter and 4 centimeter, I think, width. They are smaller.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Your modules are bigger, so I think they will be heavier.
I mean, my idea is basically not to go with, and I want to try to use bifacial too on the wings if I do decide to go that route where I can get some of the reflection of the sun off the water. The other ones are going to be just there's going to be a little air gap on the roof, so I really wouldn't need bifacial for those. But
yeah, it's important to have an air gap. If you don't have one, they are getting old very fast. They overheat and don't
overheating. Yep.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right.
I know that we're over on time just a little, but it's fine, and it's been a great conversation. I don't want to be done yet. I want to open up a topic here with with Patrick and with Reinhard. I'm very eager to see what you all think about Aaron's idea of that front fascia being covered with some sort of flexible solar. And I don't want to prime that pump too much. I want to see what you all think about that concept.
Let me say something before they tear it apart. The front fascia is not. It's angled towards the front, so it's not going to get. It's only going to get direct sunlight when it's sun rising or sun down, depending on which way I turn the boat into the sun at those times. So. Is it? That's the question. I think with Jason, is it worth it? Is it worth it?
I like to put panels everywhere you can put panels. It's probably, if you could figure out how to make your boat face into the sun in the morning and into the sun in the evening, it would probably add a good amount of power. I mean, it's like tilted panels already.
Yeah.
When you're at anchor, you don't get to choose which way you face. But I would probably look at something. There's some very light panels called CIGS panels, CIGS.
Yeah.
Those are very light. You can almost stick them on. They peel off from the back, and you can stick them on.
Yeah.
You've got nothing to lose. Maybe throw it in to charge something small that you need to, like your 12-volt battery for your boat or something like that. Extra power for now. Yeah, for fun.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, more models, more power. Okay? In the future, I think we will get paint like Mercedes-Benz.
They develop the painting. Yes.
Want to use for their cars.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they say it's cheap and it's not easy. It's light. It's cheap. In the future, I think we just will paint our boats with this.
Yeah. Wow.
And we don't need bells then.
I mean, there's a company out there now that is selling some kind of solar film, like it's a it's a film that you can stick to a surface and it will it will solar power. And then I'm also looking at there's like tiles, like roof tiles for a house that they're also they're using on porches and sidewalks and driveways. That's new, something new. So I don't know. I mean, these kind of things will work well on that front face, but it gets expensive, right? The experimenting gets really expensive. So yeah, but like Reinhard was saying, like solar paint, wow. I mean, that's really
They
cool.
say they will bring
Let's
it
go.
next time.
Yeah.
And they have the same what is the Wirkungsgrad? The same efficiency like normal solar panels. They say they have above 20% efficiency.
At least the claim, yes.
But
What it
it's
really is.
But I've not found a company that have it in the program. It's program now. You can buy it. I think now. But in 2 years, maybe we will get solid state batteries. The time is working for us. The technology is getting better and better.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Batteries made from salt and solar made from paint.
Yes.
I love it.
I'm going to replace the sails of my boat with solar film as well. And all of you are all of a sudden going to be jealous because I can raise another 60 square meters of sail. Of soil.
Yeah.
Hey, I still own my mast. I can go put it back in. I love it. Well, fellas, listen, it's been a very great chat. We have gone over quite a bit. I think we need to go ahead and wrap this one up with final thoughts. And so I'm going to reserve, since it was my topic of choice, I'm going to reserve the final thoughts from me. And I'm going to start with Reinhard and Dustin. Then let's go to Aaron, then Patrick, then me. On your mark, get set, go. Reinhard and Dustin, your final thoughts from our chat today.
So let me start, maybe. I really liked it. Like you guys. was nice to meeting you. Also, we had some issues with the connection, but we were able to fix them. And I hope we could give you some good hints, and we also learned a lot from you. And it was a nice chat with you.
Yes, me too. I like to talk about these things. It's my favorite things.
Yeah. I mean, for me, being around like-minded people that don't say you can't, I'm so used to saying, oh, you're not going to be able to do that. So that's why I was already ready for the ideas to get torn apart, right? They're all Debbie Downers. Most are. So it's nice to be around a group of people that actually embraces this crazy stuff. And like listening to Reinhard, it's possible. Like it's the boat's there. This is not digital imagination like mine and part of Jason's. Patrick and Reinhard are out there doing it. So for me, that gets me excited and passionate about, wow, this is really possible. And Reinhard talks about this solar paint, and there's these solar tiles, and Patrick is doing crazy stuff with foam and fiberglass to make the boat lighter. Like right now, my boat's a pig, right? She's heavy. but I have a lot more surface area to work with, so I can sacrifice those kind of things. Like these guys, Patrick and Jason, are building on a much smaller platform, so they have to really be cognizant of what they're doing with their weight stuff, or else their boat's not gonna float, or it's not gonna float as well. So these kind of things, like, super excited. I could talk about this stuff all day. I know we're at an hour and 20 minutes and 5 seconds, which is probably longer than we've went, but this stuff is super exciting to talk about. So
yeah, what I think I'm most impressed about is by what you can do yourself. I mean, if you look at Reinhard's boat there, you know, it's something that I think there should be a factory building these things going out, you know, but there isn't. So he's just sort of buckled down and got the right materials and built everything from beginning to end himself. And if you ever do think of setting up a factory, I think you could sell more of those than you would of the silent yachts if you can bring them in at sort of a reasonable price range. I think there's a huge market. I think people will be surprised at how well it works, and I hope you put some videos out on how well it actually does work, because there's no need now to build a sailboat, a sailing catamaran anymore. There's no need to build a diesel catamaran anymore, because it just works so well with solar power and batteries.
yeah.
This has been such a fantastic chat, and I really appreciate, Reinhard, you taking the time to come back and join us again. Your boat's such an inspiration. And Dustin, thank you for joining, and I'm sure you were involved with getting those technical difficulties overcome.
Yes.
Story of my life, and we appreciate you for that. I will say on my final thoughts, similar to Aaron's, like, oh, okay, it can be done. Even if it's Dyneema forming an X in between this stuff, stop neutralizing yourself
No rules.
with paralysis by analysis. And that is something, the older I get, the more I realize I struggle with that. And so I'm sure some of our viewers do as well. And so with some of these projects, don't be afraid to try. Don't forget our disclaimer, but don't forget it's okay to try. If you're willing to have the worst that could happen, imagine what the best that could happen is. And imagine how fun that could be and how liberating that could be. We have evidence right here. I saw silent yachts and went, I love solar. I love boats. There's the two together. Prohibitively expensive. Can't do it. And then I see this guy out in Greece sailing Electra's channel. And I'm like, what the heck? He's doing it. That's beautiful. He introduces us to Reinhard, who's like, oh, he's made the perfect thing. That's incredible. And then hearing about Aaron's like massive one. And I'm going, this is so cool. We live in a time where technology allows us to bridge the entire globe and see the beautiful things that are happening out there and share and learn from each other. And I think that's really great. Along those lines, I want to invite you. I've put it out on text going along the bottom of the screen. I'm sure you've seen. Please, if you're interested in learning from our journeys even more, click subscribe, click like, all the things on our YouTube channels. They're all linked in the description, but also follow us on social media. Go find the people we're following and learn from them as well. But I think for me, the biggest thing I would plea is comment, engage, ask questions. Give your thoughts, even if your thoughts are, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. Cool. I'll take that. That's fine. If you're actually genuinely wanting to talk, if you're just a silly person, okay, I'm going to click haha and move on. But honestly, like, I'm open to the conversation. I know Patrick is. I'm pretty sure Reinhard is. By the way, I'm going to take this little moment. Reinhard, I saw your Facebook post, and you have a YouTube channel now, baby. I'm looking forward to it. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube. I have a new channel. I want to make some videos, but I have to learn to cut videos. It's new for me.
Oh, welcome to the journey. That sucks. We hate it.
But I think I will make some videos about my boat and about my traveling with the boat and some things and about that.
Please do. Please do. We're desperate to see and hear and learn.
Yeah.
And if it's in German, I guess I'm learning German. Dang it.
Okay. I think I will speak German on videos because I'm not so perfect in English. It's better I speak.
Fair
There
enough.
is
Yeah.
the translation.
YouTube does the auto dubbing now, so you can we'll hear
Yeah.
you in English. Yeah.
Yeah, or
Love it.
does it does the captions, right, too. So we'll be able to get the gist of it all. And your
Hey, I
English
wanna.
your English is fine. So
Oh, your
Thank
English is
you.
great.
Thank
Yep,
you.
I love it.
yeah.
Okay, so I do want to wrap up with a little promo for next week, which is another topic discussion. Who knows how long these are going to go? They just get longer and longer. I do think it's good stuff. I want to be sensitive to the time, but I also want to recognize, hey, people can watch on double time speed. That's fine, or hit fast forward. But I do want to point out that next week's topic is a very important one, and it's one I've already dug at a little bit today. Patrick, please promo what your topic of choice is for next week.
It's about the mast. Should it stay or should it go?
Oh,
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
That's an easy one.
I love it.
We've got some points on both sides. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of
Oh,
course.
it's going to be a lively debate. I'm going to be very opinionated because
One-
I think they're monstrosities,
one
but
from-
that's my thought.
One from Christian, yeah, a friend of mine who has a solar.
Oh,
And he
yes.
say he removed the mast, and he gets he loses 60% of solar power with the mast. This was his
Wow.
comment to the
Wow.
mast.
I can believe it.
Hey, maybe you can get him to join us. That would be great, even if it was in the comments. And I hope you guys will come back and chime in and contribute, because this is a conversation we want to expand on. I do know the week after next is Aaron's mystery topic. He hasn't even shared it with us yet, folks. Nobody knows what this man wants to talk about. I'm so excited to find out what it is. I think we're going to show up that week and go, folks, we don't have a clue what we're talking about. Only Aaron knows. So let's just go. And so it's going to be great. I just hope that you guys will come back and keep chiming in. Until then, I'm going to actually throw a curveball here because I love Patrick's accent. It's incredible. But I'm going to ask if Reinhard, with his accent, will say thanks for watching and send us out.
Oh, was
Thanks for watching and send us up.
thanks for watching. Yes,
See ya.
see you.
Thanks, man.
See ya, guys.
We